Ryan is in Cedar Rapids. Hi, Ryan.
Thank you, Dave. I am the managing partner of a franchised restaurant. I've got 7 locations, and we've got a top-line revenue of about $8.6 million.
Good for you.
On pace to do about $9 million this year. So
very cool.
Doing things right, I guess.
Yeah, amen. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Question I have is, my current co-managing partner and I started buying out our primary partner back in start of 2023, and we have grown the business. After the end of 22, we were at just a little over 7 million. Obviously, we grew about 35% in 23, and on pace to grow another 3 to 5% this year. And so, taking on 3 additional locations, more revenue, but we've kept the exact same salary. And just curious how we should approach the partner that I originally started with about, maybe a bump in pay and what's a fair salary.
Okay. So there's 3 of you that are partners, and 2 of you are buying out the other guy. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep.
And how much before he's bought out? How much do you like?
He owns 10% left of the company.
Yeah. And when will you be done paying him out?
In 27.
Okay. What's the 10%? What's the number? What's it cost to buy him out?
So we actually bought about 35%. So he'll still own 10% at the end of this. But at 1.2 million, we paid for basically 35% of the company.
What do you owe him today?
Today, I owe him, the 2 of us still owe him just about $800,000.
Okay. All right. And does he draw a salary, or he just gets his percentage of the profits?
He still does a little back office book work where he gets a small salary. Mm-hmm. Just like $30,000, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. But he still, wakes up and he still likes to have his pulse on it, but is also in that retirement mode where he would probably like to step away as much as possible.
Okay. All right. And, well, if I were in your other partner, not the guy that's being bought out, but you, the 2 that are going to end up owning it, if I were in your all shoes, I would take the lowest possible the salary, he's still getting percentage, so.
Yeah.
So what you're using your personal incomes to buy him out?
That's right, yeah.
And the profit that you get as well, okay.
Correct, yep.
Okay. And so what percentage, when it's all done, he's going to own 10 and you guys are going to own 45 each?
Correct, yep.
As a matter of fact, that's what you own now, but you're buying it. You owe him a debt against that.
Correct, exactly.
Okay.
So it's
all right. No, because I'm thinking through the math riddle a little bit, because normally what I would do is very simple. If you were 100% owner, I would tell you to take the least out of it you could take, so that you had the most profit to throw at the debt. But that doesn't work, because that profit he's getting 10% of, and so that screws up that math.
Correct.
I don't want to do that. Okay, so you guys do need to take the most out that you can take out in salary, and then use your profit that you get from your 45% and any of your salary that the 2 of you can scrape together, and knock that 800 out sooner rather than later.
Right, and that's been our goal.
Quicker than 27. I want to do
correct.
It, in like 25 or something. But anyway, All right. So, well, I think the agreement that's fair is for you and the other managing partner that own 45 each to be paid market rate for the job that you do. Your payment for being a partner is profit. Your payment for managing is manager's income.
Yep.
And so you guys are running how many restaurants?
7.
Okay. And the 2 of you run, what is your title?
So I'm managing partner. So I'm, me and my
What's the other guy's
45
title?
Kind of managing. I own 1% more than him. So in technicality, I'm always going to be the guy that has 1% more.
So you got 46 and he has 44.
44. Yep. And so when I started this with the partner that we're buying out, I started this with him in 2013.
All right. But your title is managing partner, and the other guy's title is what?
He would basically be our director of operations.
Okay. So what does managing partner function as? CEO?
CEO, yeah.
Okay. So what does a CEO of a 7-restaurant group make if you were to hire one?
Well, and that's, we've kind of mom and popped it for so long, Dave.
No, I mean, that's a comp study. That's not a big deal. You got to find some other restaurant groups that have, that have 5 or 10 restaurants, and what's their CEO make? Unless they're, what's the market rate to hire a CEO? Let's say you guys all stepped back and were absentee owners, and you hired a CEO to come in and do what you do, then you should make that. And you hired a COO, a chief operations officer, to do what your other guy does. He should be making that.
Sure.
That's market rate. And then the profit that is produced goes to the owners after market rate has been paid to the workers.
And Dave, that's where we as the 2 managing guys feel that we should be at. Our situation is
well, he doesn't have a choice. He's a minority owner. You're going to tell him what he's doing.
No, I know that. But it's not family, but it feels like family. He's one of my own.
Well, I'm gonna be kind to him, but this is not an unfair thing. You're not taking advantage of him. You're saying the CEO of a 7-person restaurant group should make X, and here's a comp study that shows that. Here's 5 other people that do the same thing. Here's what the average. Here's what they make. Here's the range. Here's the average. Here's the median. And based on that, if we were hiring my replacement, this is what it would cost, and so that's what I'm going to make.
Okay.
And this is the COO, and this is what a COO of a 7-person restaurant group makes. And we've done a study on that. He's an operations guy, right? He's the chief operating officer. And that's a fair rate for an $8 million business. And it's established in fact. It's not something you just dreamed up and I think I'm worth more. That's not, it ain't got anything to do with that. It's got to do with here's what the stinking job pays. And we, as the majority owners, are going to pay all of our employees market rate, and that includes me.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, you could be nice about how you explain it, but we're doing this, and it's not dishonoring to the guy who was at the party first with you.
Yeah.
If he thinks he's getting screwed by paying you market rate, he's got a problem.
Yeah. And I think, Dave, the only catch that we have is I feel he underpaid himself for the 9 years he was in the CEO position.
I didn't cause that.
No, I didn't either.
Okay.
But that was his decision, right?
I know. If I'm the owner, 100%, as I described earlier, I might underpay myself so that I can throw profits at this debt and clean it up. I might underpay myself in a startup mode just to get the stinking thing off the ground and get some retained earnings built. But we're making $9 million top line. We got 7 restaurants, and we're running a different kind of operation than we were when we shoestringed this thing.
Right. Exactly.
It's a different deal. So I mean, I'm not dishonoring his past. He paid a price to get here, and by the way, he got $1 million for his share, $1.2 million, right? And he still owns 10% of a going concern that's doing really well. I mean, nobody screwed this guy. And you don't get to say, well, I never made any money, so you can't make any money. That's not logical. It's just what you do. It's what you did at that season of the business. This is what we're going to do this season of the business. And you're not doing anything wrong. Now, if you want to go in and pay yourself double because you're the owner and screw your other partners by taking a bunch of the profits, well, that would be unethical. And I tell you not to do that. But I'm saying market rate on a comp study. Because if you guys step back, that's what it would cost to run this business if you hired an outside COO. Or CEO or COO. That's the way this works. So Good question, Ryan. Sounds like you got a great thing going there. And you're a good man. You care about the guy. You care about taking care of him. And I want to be gentle with the conversation, but I'm just walking down the facts with you here on the air. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.